Started off with Israel, had a QS out there, did pretty terrible out there, and like wasn't the best time, waves weren't that great, and then flew out to Portugal then and had two contests there. Was there for 3 weeks, which was sick. Now home for the summer. I think we're there. Like I think we're all there or thereabouts. It's hard because when you go there and like you see how good those guys surf, it does make you feel a bit like, I don't know if I surf like that. But then we do, like you do surf like that, just because in the free surfs you see guys rip all the time, but we're all ripping like that as well. You know, like the results are showing. I think so. Yeah, it's definitely like it used to be. Like I'd go to those events, I'd be like, oh my god, those guys surf so good. How am I ever going to match that? But now it's like, I feel like I'm there. There's definitely some improvements, but that I need to personally I need to make. But like I feel like I can give it to them, you know, and like I'm only going to get better. Yeah, I definitely feel like our level's there. It's sick rolling with all the boys, and don't just feel like that one British guy in the water anymore. You're not just getting like bullied over waves and free surfs. Like when there's a crew of you can stick as a pack, and that's what everyone else does, you know, like all the French boys, all the Portuguese, like they're all together and they're all surfing together, and it only benefits you, it only makes you better. So yeah, it was sick. It was good having everyone together. Like I think you've got to love it. Like I know there's some boys like who maybe are doing it and they aren't as keen on it, and like that's never going to work. It's not like the easiest thing in the world to do. It'd be easier just to go on a load of free surf trips and just surf. Like the contest, they maybe for some people they can feel grueling, but like I know, speaking for myself and probably for like Pat as well, like fuck, we love it. Like it's just the best thing ever. Competing for me, like even if I don't make a heat, like as much as that pisses me off, I still love it. Like I still absolutely love like going out there, the pressure that you feel, and like when you do make a heat, that feeling as well. So and it gives me something to like work towards as well. It's something for me to like, the reason I go in when it's rubbish. Or whoa, see that fly? Get him. Because we come from Wales, like everywhere we go is better than home. Even Israel was actually kind of not really as good as home. Home was probably better, but it's still fun. Like you're in the Middle East, seeing different cultures. So I think if you can take that experience out of it and like draw the positives out of it that you can, it just makes it so enjoyable. So for myself, like it's like a holiday every single trip, but I've got a purpose and like a want and a need to be there. So it's, yeah, I love it. Obviously I put pressure on myself because that is why I'm there. I'm there for the contest, but there's a lot around the contest that, you know, you can take in. Like my surfing improves every time I go away. My surfing improves like so much, and I come back with a new motivation, like things I've learned. So just going to those contests like improves my surfing, improves my knowing what a score is, how I can get scores. So it's not just the contest, and obviously like I enjoy all the travel. Anyone who calls it a grind, like yeah, it can feel grindy and there's bad parts to it, but you're tripping really. Like, you know, you're a pretty spoiled brat if you think it's like too much of a grind. I've got a really good job that I love to do. I've got a really supportive boss. Pretty much everyone I'm competing against, everyone who's higher than me in the rankings, it's their full-time job. There's no one else with jobs on the QS, which is like, it's a bit of a motivator, but at the same time, it would be nice to also have that and like be able to fully give it my all, because at the minute I still have to go to work. Maybe I'm missing a surf because I have to be at work. Like I surf every day, but I could probably surf more, I could train more, and I could be away more. Like right now I could probably be in a different country getting waves. It is hard, but it's another motivation, you know. I try and just take the positive out of it and like be motivated that like, yeah, I've worked for everything I'm doing, I've worked myself for. It makes you really appreciative when it does happen, or when things do click into place, or you have a bit of support from a company. Yeah, it means the world. The wave's literally like 50 minutes. I think I can get here in 55 minutes from my house, so it's pretty sick. Like when it's flat, get a few sessions in, even if you just come once a week. You catch so much. I can caught so many waves just then I'm knackered. It's pretty sick to have it on my doorstep and just be able to keep in the water at least once a week while there's no waves, and kind of work on like specific stuff here too. can kind of sit out there and go, right, the next wave I'm going to try and be flowy on, and you just like don't do a pump. For me today, it was like I wanted to come up and just try like a lot of airs. You can kind of get a feel, and if you're kind of doing it right, you might, you know, I was like nearly landing them, like maybe landing and not quite right now. And when I've had it before, you go back into the ocean and it's so much easier because you get them when you see the right section in the ocean. You've done it 15 times in the wave. You just do it and it works and it's fun. Better than sitting at home doing nothing. I don't know, a lot of work, I guess. They're kind of like coming into the high season, I guess, our like peak season for surf coaching, so I'll be working a lot. There are contests, I probably won't be able to get to a lot of them. I can't get away from work, like I have to work, so try and squeeze in as many contests. The next big one, we've got our nationals, I think is scheduled to be in June. You know, the goal is to keep my title as Welsh, what's it called? The fuck am I? Welsh champion. Yeah, Welsh champ, so that's my goal, like stay Welsh champ. There's Boardmasters then, that's the next big one that I'm really like hoping to put a good showing on for. That's the next QS, so that, and then yeah, it's just improve my surfing. I just want to get better. I'm so hungry to get better, it's unreal. So train, surf, get better, beat some people who shouldn't be beaten by me. Yeah.